Hello there and welcome back, or welcome if you're new. My name is Daphne. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are in my living room and I decided before we start decorating for spring that I would give you a intense living room tour where we just go around and I'm able to just give you a little more detail on the decor that I've used, and also share where I purchased them from, why I purchased them, how I like the way that they fit into my space, and just share like all of the details that goes through my mind when I'm decorating. So I just want to thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so happy that you decided to click on today's video and you're going to spend some time with me. So we're going to get started. I am in my favorite section of the living room, which is on the sectional. Every time that I have a video and I talk about the age of the sectional, everyone is shocked. So this sectional is a lazy boy sectional. It has a queen sleeper on this section over here. They are attached pillows, and the cushions are high density cushions. So when you sit on them, they spring back. They really hold their shape. And those were the two things that was like very important for us when we decided on this particular sectional. And we purchased this sectional, I think Alex was about 3 months or so, because I do remember him going with us to the showroom. And we were looking around. So this was in 2008. And we were trying to figure out what we were going to purchase. And I'm so happy because we did go to Lazy Boy. And as everyone knows, Lazy Boy is usually like the overstuffed back, cushions, recliners. And this sectional is the total opposite. And what I do each and every time that I decorate is I think of, what I have and how I'm able to add in other, colors to be able to warm up the sectional that we have. Now, in the winter, I was thinking, what colors am I going to be adding? So I always like to play off of the brown color. This time I went all in on the brown, and I was at Costco and I found these faux mink throws that were huge. I think they're 60 by 90 inches or 60 by 100 inches. I'll put the specs up on the screen, but they were only for $34.99. And if you recall, or if you're a shopper at Pottery Barn has a smaller version, about 10 inches in both directions than the one that's at Costco. So we have, I usually try to use pillow covers inside of the living room. So these are pillow covers. I picked the houndstooth pillow covers up during the Christmas season, and then the brown I've always had. I've had it for maybe 2+ years or so. They're both Amazon purchases, so I'll have them linked inside of my Amazon storefront. I just love having the same pillow grouping at the ends of each of the sectional. I just feel that it marries both sides very nicely together. So we have that same grouping on this side, which is really lovely. And then we also have, so in the middle section, we have 2 pillows here, which is different than the 2 side pillows. So we have like a linen pillow that we picked up from Target a couple of years ago, and it has a really nice lace piping around it, which is really pretty. It just softens up the pillow itself. And then I have a faux nutmeggy color pillow cover that I purchased from Amazon. And I just love this grouping here. I always like to use like ivory or softer like cream colors to balance off the dark color of the sectional. Now, I've found over the course of years, 18 years to be exact, that it's nice to have the dark grounding of the sofa, but you do need to have different colors to be able to balance it off. So you'll see me, I'll play with different colors of brown. So I have a nutmeg, I have more of like a medium tone brown, I have like a creamy linen, and then I have the dark color, mocha color of the sofa. So it just really marries nicely together. I like the way that, you know, it's very warm in the space. And I like to repeat the color. And I also like to have different shades of the color. So during these time of the cozy season, the brown colors are, you know, very soothing. It just makes you feel like you're having a nice warm hug. So I really like to play up on that. So this is the chair on the other side of the living room. We purchased this sofa when we were doing the makeover in this space. I picked it up at Ashley's. We love this style of sofa. I'm going to give you a close-up look so that you can take a look at it. It's more of like a chenille fabric, and it has creams, it has darker browns, and it also has like a hint of gray as well. So in this case, we always want to make sure that we have continuity between both sides of the living room. So I also have a textured pillow. It's not the same pillow as on that side, but it's very complementary. It has the exact same colors. So we have the cream, we have the gray, we have the black, we have the mocha and the camel color. And it just marries in very nicely together. This one is a variation of a herringbone pattern. And this is a pillow cover as well that we picked up from Amazon. And then the chair itself comes with these bolster pillows, so they're always on the sofa. But I do like to add in a tossed pillow to just, you know, liven up this area over here. And we always have like a little blanket. I have a background in fashion. I've been in the industry for over 25 years. And this is basically just a block of fabric. I worked on a collection many years ago, and we were looking to use this fabric in one of our garments. And I saw it. It had the fringe. It was already finished. And I said, I have to have it. So I took one block of it, and I use it all the time inside of my home. And as you can see, it's about 2 yards long, which was one block. And I love it because no one else has this blanket, because the fabric was intended to be suiting. So it was going to have some type of skirt with the fringe at the bottom, but I saw it and I knew that I wanted to have it in my home as a blanket. So that's what I've been doing. And I love it. I love the texture of it. It's a wool blend, and it's really pretty. And then this is the second faux bank throw that I showed you on the other side. So this is from Costco, and like I said, it's just so cozy to be able to get to snuggle up under. Everyone just really, whoever comes, like if it's my husband or my son or myself or any company that we might have, they just really enjoy this throw. So I'm so happy that I was able to find it, and I picked up two, and then I also picked up a more of like a creamy color as well. So I haven't decorated with that one yet, but it's definitely going to be making its way into one of our rooms really soon. So we will move over to the curtains, which I wanted to show you guys up close, because last year we had black curtains up to the windows, and we had them up since we did the makeover. So we probably had them for about 2 years up, and I love them, but I was looking for a change. So I went shopping. I went to HomeSense and I went to Home Goods, and I was able to pick up these beautiful Ralph Lauren curtains. They're, I think, 95 polyester, 5% linen. So it has like a linen feel. You can definitely see the texture of the curtains. And they're beautiful. They're 96 inches and they were $69.99. They always have, either Home Goods or HomeSense, both always have really beautiful options for curtains. And I just absolutely love them. We have 3 windows inside of the living room and then a door. So we always make sure that we have the same curtain on the door as we do on all of the windows. So here are the beautiful curtains. As I said, they're 96 inches. They're from Ralph Lauren. And they are blackout, so they're lined. And they're beautiful. Like, I love the way that they look. They have the tab back curtain. I always love to have either the pocket or the tab back. I really probably, over the last several years, all the curtains that I have has always been the tab back, just because it gives it a nice pronounced coning of the actual curtains itself, without them having to be pinch pleats. These are the closest things that you're able to get without it being a custom curtain. And so I really enjoy having it. Originally, when I first started, homemaking, I used to get the grommet curtains. And after I stepped back and I saw, how they would look, I always think that the grommet curtains are a slight step down from the tab back curtains. The reason why is because you see the actual metal, and your eye is always drawn to like the grommet as opposed to the beautiful curtain. So I like, for when I look at the curtain, not to see the grommet. So that's why I always get the tab in the back, so that your eye is focusing on the billowing of the curtain itself and not, being drawn to a metal grommet. To each his own. I mean, I know a lot of people, do like the grommets, but I promise you, if you try the tab back curtain, you definitely will not go back to the grommet, especially when you see the way that they are able to just flow effortlessly. It's like night and day with the grommet curtains. We could not talk about the living room without talking about this main focal point. This was one of the first projects that I shared on this channel. It was the makeover of our fireplace. So I'm gonna show images of how we started out with this fireplace. And now you can see it has been transformed, it's been updated. I live in a 1936 colonial home, so it has a lot of original details. The dental molding, all of the intricate carving as well. And it's very grand in the space. So when we did the makeover, we decided to move our TV and mount it above the fireplace. And I love the way that it has turned out. It was a sticky point with my husband and I, because he didn't think that it would look nice being above the fireplace. He thought that it was going to be, too high up, but it really isn't, because our ceilings are only 8 feet tall. The mantle itself is a little higher, but I think that it's still at a beautiful viewing plane. I love it. I like the size of the TV. It's a 65-inch. I love the way that it just frames out this section. So we have the black in the middle, and then we have the door on this side, and then we have the window. So we have beautiful symmetry, and that's one of the reasons why I try to always have the same window treatment on the door as it is on the window, so that we can have symmetry within the room. And we painted the fireplace. We did the wooden surrounds. At that time, I was using eggshell, and I was using a bare color, which is limousine leather, and I was having it mixed in Benjamin Moore's paint. And it's in an eggshell finish, and I love it. So this was before I started using Benjamin Moore black for my black colors. But those two colors, the bare limousine leather and the black from Benjamin Moore, are very similar. They both have a beautiful blue undertone and a very rich color. So we also painted the surround the same color as the wall, which is silver satin, and that is a Benjamin Moore color. And I love it. We also sprayed the doors, which are the original doors. They were brass. We sprayed that with high heat Krylon paint. And we did the hearth, which is brick. We did that with the same black paint as we did the mantle. So everything is just very cohesive. It works very nicely in the space. I like the contrast of the black and the creamy white of the walls. And I just love the way that, everything looks. So now let's talk about lighting. Now, lighting in the space is very crucial, especially because we don't have overhead lighting in this home. As I said, we live in a 1936 colonial home, and unfortunately, there is no overhead lighting in this space. We were contemplating at one point of doing some recessed lighting in the space, but we haven't fully committed to it to be able to take on that project. So what we do is we do some low lighting. So we have a Lutron switch that is wireless, and we have them connected to the lamps on this side as well as the lamps on the other side of the room. So when we enter the room, we can just turn the lights on, and they just, effortlessly, come on. We don't have to go up to the fixture and turn them on and off. So I picked up these floor lamps, I don't even know how long ago, probably close to 10 years ago at HomeGoods. And I know that some of you have been asking where I got them from. So I sourced a similar option to them, and it's linked in my storefront, a couple of options. I found one that looked identical to it. So I hope, if you are in the market and looking for a similar lamp, I hope that, that lamp is close enough to this. But just by looking at it online and the reviews, it definitely looks like it's very close. This lamp is a brushed nickel, and it has a linen color shade that's a rectangle. And I love the fact that it's a rectangle because of the artwork that I have in the back of it. There are two stamps, which is artwork that I picked up from HomeGoods many years ago. And then there's also a plaque up top, which I purchased from Pier 1 before they closed. And it's just been pieces that I've had in my home for a number of years, and I like to just mix and match. And once I find something that works, I usually keep it and not swap out, so often. I like to swap out more the accessories as opposed to like my artwork and the staple grounding pieces that are in the space. Once I buy something, I tend to keep it. I love it. And I just work it in the space itself. So I really love the way, that this area has turned out. So what I want to show you guys next is the lamps on the other side, and then we'll come back to the side tables. So most recently, I moved these lamps on this console table back into the living room. These had been in the storage area downstairs for a while. I used to have these inside of my primary bedroom on our nightstands, and it's a chrome base, and then we have, I think this is acrylic. Yeah, this is acrylic balls. So this was like when glam, was really popular. I think that I purchased these at Target, if I'm not mistaken. If not Target, then it was at Pier 1. And recently, over the past several months, I picked up these Thomasville barrel shades at HomeSense, and I love the scale of them. I've never had like this round barrel shape before, so I really like the way that it looks with the glam look of the lamp itself. And as you can see, like, I don't have a specific design style. Things that I like, I put in my home, and they tend to just, blend together and work. And when I go into the store, I'm not necessarily saying, oh, I want to be modern, oh, I want to be traditional, oh, I want to be glam, I want to be this. I just go in and I get quality pieces that speak to me. And when I get home, I style them together and I love them. So I would just suggest that for you. If you like something, get it. And if it's something that you like, it's something that speaks to you. So you don't want to just, go into Target and just, get the whole, collection of Studio McGee or Hearth and Hand and throw it in your house. Like, you want to go to different stores and, be able to source different types of, items and then bring them home and love them and keep them for a long time. We don't want to constantly have to rebuy every single item in our home. As you can see, this sofa has been going strong for 18 years, and I do not plan on getting rid of it ever. It is well built, well loved, and it fits in so perfectly in our home. So I plan on keeping this, for the foreseeable future. So this is also another light, that we have in the space. This is a sconce that I purchased from Amazon. And during the renovation that we did here in the living room, I put these in. I had planned on having them hardwired in. We have plaster walls, so doing any type of electrical work is very hard to be able to do because we have plaster with lath and plaster behind it. And when you drill into these walls, it is, an obstacle being able to get around the mesh and all of the plaster and lap, and it's a full-on project. So we decided that we weren't going to have it hardwired, at least not at this time. So that's one of the reasons why I brought down the lamps that I just showed you. We're going to be taking these sconces out and we're going to be putting them into another area of our home. So I just wanted to give you a view of this section over here. And I'm going to pop up on the screen how the space used to look before we did the makeover and did this additional seating area. The TV that we used to have that we hung above the fireplace used to be in this section. So one of the things that we wanted to do was to be able to have some type of accent table that balanced off the space. So I purchased these drum side tables. They're nesting tables. This one is the smaller, which is really large, the smaller of the two. It's a wood top, like a reclaimed wood, and then this is metal. And then the base is reclaimed wood as well. And I just love it. It's the perfect size for me to be able to decorate. I have a plant, I have a candle, and then I have a vase as well. And it still has a beautiful amount of space. And I'm going to show you the other side, which is the larger one as well. And then this is the larger. So I just have a box on here. I have a plant and then a horse statue. And I love it. It's just the perfect amount of space. On this side, we can also, if we're sitting over here, we can add a cup of like coffee or a cool beverage with the coaster over here as well. There's still enough space to just be able to have a nice little cozy area. So that's that. Now, this is my favorite mirror. It's a teardrop mirror, and it is a combination of a brass, it's a brass edge, and then it has the mirror on the inside. And it has like a bronze color on the outside and then brass around the inside. And I just love it. Like, it is truly a piece that I was so happy that I found. And I got it several years ago at HomeGoods. And as soon as I got it, I knew that it would be perfect here in this section. And when I put it here, I went downstairs and I got this floor lamp that we had in the basement, and I tucked it in the corner over here, and it hasn't moved since then. I just absolutely love it. So yeah, so I think this is probably one of my favorite pieces. It is just so beautiful. I love the striations that it has on the vase itself, and then the little dimpling. It's like imperfect, but it's so beautiful. And then the patina that they have on the metal handles is beautiful. And then I just have it paired with some seed pod stems, and I use these anywhere from fall all the way, through the year. They're beautiful. I love them. And these were such a beautiful find several years ago at HomeGoods. I love getting all of my florals at HomeGoods or either HomeSense. You can get 3 to 4 stems for less than $15, and they are always of high quality. So that last vase was from HomeGoods, and then next to it we have these 2 coffee table books, Create and Homebody. And on top of the coffee table books, we have a metal candle holder, which is from HomeGoods. It was either $5.99 or $6.99. And then we have a set of 4 marble coasters that we also purchased at HomeGoods. And right in front of that, we have a metal bowl, and we have some moss balls inside of it. And the metal bowl is from HomeGoods, and it was for $29.99. We purchased that during the Christmas season. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you found inspiration. And if you have any questions, leave it in the comments. I will definitely get back to you. I just want to wish you an amazing week ahead and have a blessed day.